do think I agree with you on the, some people have the orange man bad syndrome, and the $5 million price tag on the EB-5 is a good example. I'm not a big fan of the EB-5 concept. One, the money that supposedly they invest always just gets bilked, frankly, by Americans who get pools of these investors who want to buy their way to U.S. citizenship. I also think it degrades U.S. citizenship. But you are right. It has been on the books for 35 years. And if it's going to be on the books, it ought to cost a lot. So I like $5 million more than $1 million. And I can tell you when I was the regulatory leader in DHS, we raised the price. So I know you can change it. I'd have to go back and look at the statutes. But we changed it in the first Trump administration. And so I know that he has some authority to do that. So I don't know that you would need to go back to Congress. Also, with respect to Gitmo, look, it's designed in part to be used and has many times been used as a migrant facility. These are human beings. I don't care whether they came here illegally or not. We expect people to be treated with dignity. But they're also prisons. And people are being held. They're being detained. And immigration law says you'll be detained. We haven't always had the facilities to do that for everybody that we apprehend. And Gitmo is expanding that capacity. And there are going to be some kinks in working through that. It's okay to, perfectly normal to feel compassion for folks, but they are on the wrong side of the law and they should be deported. And we have to balance those two things out. I think you'll see this progress and work itself out over time.
Yeah, but how you hold them matters. My producer is getting in my ear and he's saying, you have 400,000 people sign up for the gold card and that would reduce your deficit to almost zero. Yeah, but if cherries and nuts were ifs and buts, we'd all have a great Christmas. I don't know that you're going to get 400,000. I don't know there are that many. I don't know why you do the math, but you don't know if it's practical. John Sandweg, what is about practicality is which people you're rounding up and why. We were told this is about the bad hombres, okay? More and more. Now, to be fair to Mr. Holman, he said, when we round them up or fine them, if they are in the company of other people who are here illegally, they're going to get taken too. Right. But sending them to Gitmo, how you hold these people matters also legally, but also ethically, doesn't it?
Yeah, Chris, look, I think this one, too, from an operational perspective, really makes no sense to me. You're taking these people, you're ripping them out of maximum security, secure facilities that are in the United States. You got to transport them all the way to Miami, stage them there, fly them 500 miles down to Gitmo, and just walk right into the middle of a legal morass, raising all of those issues you discussed about due process, constitutional rights. And what do you get out of it? I mean, ICE has 40,000 beds. They're arguably at capacity now. But during the first Trump administration, as the deputy secretary knows, they can beef that up to 50,000 at ICE. They're about to get an influx of money. They can expand that even further. But they're building 10,000 beds in DOD facilities inside the United States right now, which brings your capacity up to 60,000. That's before you get to the Bureau of Prisons and other available detention space. So what I don't understand about this one is from an operational perspective, you take a ton of money in, and you don't really get anything out of this. From a security perspective, remember, ICE has detained the worst of the worst since they were created 20 years ago. We have maximum security facilities where we put al-Qaeda terrorists in there, convicted murderers, and safely, securely detain them before we deported them. On this one, it just doesn't make any sense from an operational perspective, and it's a really expensive way to get some good optics or send some political messages.
Ken, on the point of optics, the registry, you heard my argument. It's that one, no one's going to volunteer for this if they're here illegally and looking to evade the system. But if you want to sign them up because you're not going to be able to deport them all, which could be a logistical, if not an ethical practicality, why not just put them on the tax rolls?
Well, on John's last optics point with respect to Gitmo, I would say that optics can also play into deterrence. So there is that feature. With respect to the list, I heard your comments before John and I came on. I don't agree with you, Chris. I do think that as a practical matter, your points that you just made are going to play out. Some people are just going to say, look, I know I'm here illegally. Why would I make it easier for you to find me? But others are going to cooperate. And if, like Secretary Noem has said, if you go home, you're in this category. If we have to pick you up, you're in this category. If they can create distinctions that motivate people to make this process more efficient and they get accommodations because of that, that's a trade-off that can take place. It can save the taxpayers money. It can make this whole process smoother, and it can achieve the president's goals faster in a way that is, frankly, easier on the people who are here illegally if they want to cooperate.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.